Hi everybody. I wanted to go over the week 6 assignment for English 11, which is the summary organizer. There will be a link for it in your week 6 instructions, but let's go to content and we're going into unit 2 assignments. We've done several of them and now what we're ready to do is the summary organizer. This assignment is really designed to be done before you do your English 101 summary and paraphrasing assignment. This is the organizer to get you ready to write the summary in English 101. So if possible, try to do this one first. There are various graphic organizers here for helping you pull out from your article the key information that you will use in your summary. And this is the same article that you're using in English 101. While you may use any of them, I would strongly urge you to use number 4. I think that one works the best for our purposes. So you're going to click on that link and you'll be opening the graphic organizer. What you have here is quite simply a place for the topic, a place for the details, and a place for your main idea sentence, which will be the first sentence of the summary that you're writing in English 101. So I'm going to go to an article. Yours, of course, will be your own article, but in the SIRS Issues Researcher, looking at national parks, the article that I found was Overcrowded U.S. National Parks Need a Reservation System. To get this article in a way that I could annotate it, I emailed it to myself and then copied it basically into a Word document. So here's that same article printed in Word, and as you can see, I have annotated it. That was an assignment that you did in English 101, and you certainly need to do that before you start on your summary organizer. All right, so having read through this article, the topic, going back to my graphic organizer, is U.S. National Parks. And the basic idea of this article is saying that because of various reasons, there needs to be a reservation system for the national parks. So in the details section, what I want to do is go through that article that I have annotated in order. Do not skip around. Do not do just part of it. Start at the beginning, look at your annotations, and then pull out the key ideas. Now, you probably annotated in every paragraph, but for your summary, you're looking at the key ideas, not the minor details. So you want to chunk it together. And so you may be looking at several paragraphs and saying, okay, all of these paragraphs together are basically making this one point. So here we have the main idea, which is that reservations are required in some of them, and he basically says they should be required in all of them. In my document, I'm going to put this down here. Reservations should be required for national parks. Now I'm going to add to that later, but since I know that's the overall point, I want to go ahead and get that down. And that's really the first thing you do when you summarize is, after you've read it, is to decide what is the overall point. All right, so let's go back to the article and let's see what his points are. He talks a little bit about the fact that the reasons why there are some reservations required now, kind of as an introduction. But I think the point here in these first few paragraphs is to show that the COVID pandemic had an impact on the national parks. So go back here. COVID-19 showed the need for reservations in some parks. Okay, then I'm going to go back and continue looking through the article. And this particular article has some headings, so those are really, really helpful to know what the author is saying. So obviously one of the main points here is that we need a reservation system to protect these treasures. So reservations needed to protect the parks from being well, actually the word they used was loved to death. We really don't want to have quotations in our summary, so we may need to just figure out a way to say that in a different way. Okay, then I would go back and continue through these different pieces. There's a little here about the purpose of the parks and so on. And so you would go through, you can see here, again, there's some headings. Your article might not have any headings, and so you just go through that highlighted material and try to chunk it a little bit. Now the form here has 5 spots for details. You may need more than that, and if you do, obviously you can add to that. It may not be, oh yeah, so I hit tab when I got to the end of it, and it gave me another batch, another row, if you will, of details. So you can add to the details. And by the way, if the formatting here with the chart doesn't work for you, you don't have to use it as a chart. You can put it on a blank piece of page and just put topic, and then under the details you could number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I won't go through any more of the article just for time purposes, but you would try to put in your own words what the article was saying first, next, then following that in order. You're going through the whole article. Again, try to chunk it so you don't have, 20 different details, but if you do need more space, you certainly can do that. For the main idea sentence, you will need to identify the article and then give that overall point. And you want to use the model in the, and then you're going to look up the date. Citation information will be at the top. So you only need the year, so we'll put 2021. And then we'll see where it was published. Oh, this works too. The conversation US is the source, and that should be in italics. And this is an article, so we'll state that. Then we'll give the title, Overcrowded U.S. National Parks Need a Reservation System. That would be in quotes. And I'm going to have to check this to make sure I'm getting this correct. Overcrowded U.S. National Parks need a reservation system. Let's make sure I get that. Need a reservation system. And then we want to have the author, who is Michael Childers. There's just one. So we'll say the author, Michael Childers. Sorry about that. The author, Michael Childers, maintains that. There's lots of verbs you can use. You learn those in your English 101 readings for this week. But whatever verb is appropriate. And then you have your main idea. So if you do it this way, it should read grammatically. In the 2021 The Conservation U.S. article, Overcrowded U.S. National Parks Need a Reservation System, the author, Michael Childers, maintains that reservations should be required for national parks. So you will write that out in a complete sentence. That's it for this assignment. And then when you go to do your English 101 assignment, you'll already have those key points already listed, and then you're just going to put them together in a paragraph. Hopefully that will be helpful to you.